On the Iron Islands, the oldest families worship the drowned god. They walk into the water, have their heads pushed beneath the waves, supplication to a god who promises power if they offer themselves up willingly. On my islands, the oldest families worship the Sea Queen. We walk into the water, we're green when we want her to take us, to push our heads beneath the waves, supplication to a god who promises power if we offer ourselves up willingly. As a child, I wasn't ready for that kind of commitment. I loved the land that I lived on, loved mangoes in my mouth and dried rice stuck to the bottom of my feet, never wanted to wash those things off. But things change when you cross an ocean or two. I know you, Theon Greyjoy. I know what it's like to watch your islands fall. I saw my city burn before I could properly pronounce fire. I know what it's like to be taken by your conqueror, to be the only one of your kind, to be the only islander in a land of Starks, of winter white men, to be told I should be grateful when I am hostage, when my head will be cut off if my countrymen rebel again. I knew you when I was 16, when I wore green by the seaside. When I walked into the riptide, I was ready to supplicate myself to a god that promised power if I offered myself up willingly. When you took Winterfell, went behind Robert's back and burned his home to the ground, I didn't blame you. I knew you. When the Seven Kingdoms called you savage, called you traitor, called you yellow, I called you kin. I called you king. The fires you set, the ash you made of your captors felt so much like the volcanoes that I call home. The Fenonian impulse says that in order for the colonized to be free, they must kill not only the colonizer, but also their old subservient self. They must walk into the ocean dressed in green, holding the head of their captor, and drown. For what is dead may never die.